That was just amazing. Number one, to be able to match what was happening, that most extraordinary footage of nature, vignettes of nature, that was just really a special experience.
I really entered that space. It was very ritualistic, primitive, and enticing. Really, it enticed me into going there. You know, somehow being part of.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. No, the whole everything.
It was so beautiful. Each one was completely different, and the footage that managed to put to it was utterly appropriate, just absolutely matched it. It's almost as if the singers were in nature, watching it and expressing it as it happens. Real intermingling of visuals and audio. Those pieces were, you can tell the longevity of the relationship of everyone together, because you can feel the unity when everyone is singing. It's like a moving mass. I don't know what you call it when birds suddenly migrate together in the sky and they go into the same shape.
Murmuration.
It was like murmuration. It was like that, but with voices. At one point, I just closed my eyes for a second, and it kind of almost physically moves you with the sound. There is no sort of preferred one. They were all so stunning, so magical. I just feel I've been on this kind of magic trip, and I've taken masses of mushrooms. I wanted more. I could have just listened for about 2 hours.
The suggestion about the dancers, it had such a priestly, sacred, sacerdotal, ceremonial feel. It was evocative of some kind of mysterious, unknown, nameless, like an evocation or an invocation, a mystery. Very timely vibe of the end of something, ending sort of feel about it. That sort of sorrow, mournful, dark time of the year, but beautiful.
It's so nice to see the faces behind the voices. I thought you did an amazing job, and it was for the moment. It was for this time of year. I thought it was wintry. I thought it was just terrific. I thought that was superb. I didn't know whether it was Georgian or South American or African, but it was a great sort of congregation. I loved it all.
Love it when people get confused about the references.
It was Hitchcock. It was Psycho meets the Archers, because there was a Mrs. Snell moment. just
for everyone.
The Psycho.
We're from everywhere in the choir. I think we cover all the continents.
I ended up not watching but dancing, and I started moving, which I was pleasantly surprised by, because I haven't been able to dance really for a long time, and I just was moved. So thank you.
I feel lucky that I really got immersed. I experienced it like new, and also because it's improvised. I mean, I can't even remember what I did last week in terms of improvisation. So after all this time, it was like really fresh to hear, and I was really proud to be part of it. Like with the visuals, I was inspired by it. It's like a film, like really immersive film. I was really like absorbed. I was really drawn into it. It's quite trippy. It was like a journey. Yeah. I think it's great, and it's so raw. Like it's hard to find something so raw. Like,
raw, yeah.
Raw, yeah, like something shared publicly, but also so raw.
I mean, there was just so many different individual things going on in each one, but as a general overall feeling, when I finished, it was quite cathartic into so many different extreme textures and sceneries and places and sounds and anatomies, that maybe because of the lockdown and being kind of more in one place, it was quite healthy to kind of have and taken through all these different terrains. So, there was just so much, almost like so much, how do you comment? But then as an overall thing, it was quite an interesting experiment on a catharsis, maybe more holistic, artistic type thing to feel in me right now. I can't explain in words completely what it's doing, but I just wanted to say that.
It was a full body experience, body mind. Thank you, Kerry.
It was a shamanic journey for me, very, very deep and elemental. And in the early bit, in the soil, I could really feel the earthy deepness and almost could sense the soil. In fact, at one point, I was thinking of fungi, and I could almost hear felt like I was in the middle of a conversation between two giant trees via the mycorrhizal fungi going through the soil, and then it erupted up into all the life, and then the fire that just sort of ignited. It was also very entrancing. My consciousness was going to the images and then just moving away. I was definitely feeling a movement in my hands, and it would be great to have dance. Was the video added after the sounds?
Yes. So I just put down a list of images for each track that I thought the sounds conjured, and she just sourced this extraordinary footage. I don't know where she got it all from.
Took it to another level.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.
This really should be out there on screen, on TV, on some form of, short film festival or something. It's so unique, and it would be very much appreciated by the public, I think.
It's like listening as a new thing. Like, I'd sort of forgotten completely, what they sounded like, what it felt like to be in that moment. The video made it kind of interesting too. A different way of perceiving it, like it added a narrative element. Last night I watched My Octopus Teacher, so the sort of being inside nature kind of theme was quite strong as well.
What were the starting points of the different tracks? Did someone just start singing and then everyone responded, or did you set something at the very beginning? Because you said it was all recorded on one 360-degree microphone. Like, how were you choreographed around the microphone?
We were in a semicircle around the microphone. The titles came after the recordings. Tuned into what the imagery and what the energy and the meaning of it was, and it be connected with the land and nature. So
this is the Improvisers Choir, so we had members who'd been here for a couple of years, some relatively newer members, performed together, not really a lot of rehearsing. So it's really being down to Jenny, like who she's going to conduct in.
It was really great working with Jenny in that she understood from the beginning when we had a talk.
I think Vicky has a connectivity issue.
Yeah.
She did write a lot of comments though. She said really expressive, primeval and powerful music. Fantastic, cheers. Timeless, powerful and really deeply felt. Absolutely fantastic. That's what she said.
Some of the material that we were keen to include, namely the poem about birds, and also Candida's throat singing, and looking back at it and listening to the material that we have made, I feel that those pieces have influenced the tone, informed the tone of the pieces that got made on that day subsequently. Just an opinion.
That's a great observation, actually. So if you listen to the whole thing, you could see that there was a sort of compositional aspect to it, although
2 days.
2 days. Yeah. There is a lot of crossovers of material, motives and qualities.